1 second.
No. Only one moment.
Oh yeah, we don't have it.
We just have one moment, so I have
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, grasshoppers. Another stream. Weekend daily training edition.
Germing we
said. Hey Sreddy, that I didn't watched off tech says I had school NLW winter holidays.
Oh, no worries. I do understand completely. We're going to return to the Grunfeld for a little bit. Now that our king is safe, usually rook c1 is played there. Usually rook c1 is played there, yes. What could our opponent possibly be thinking? Well, that's interesting.
Germing we
said. I'm sorry, I bet it will be a good stream. I hope I come soon back. I'm gonna play some gommers and so and I just wanted to say so you know I didn't forgot you orcs.
No worries, German guy. Great to have you, sir. The art of the counterattack already in progress. The volume is a little loud. Isn't it? Is it loud? Or is it just me? Oh, I see. The NVIDIA is taking over. The NVIDIA
Germing
broadcaster is taking
said.
over.
I know you day sir, but I'm like 13.
You are like 13.
Germing we
said. No, I am.
No, I understand. I do understand that. And now for something completely different. Let's force some exchanges. Not sure what my opponent Talgata. Talgat A70. It looks like he likes to play the Benoni. Whoops.
Germing we
said. I'm Sreddy, I'm waving. I hope WHW and you do Christmas stream I can watch.
Germing we
said. And good luck Husioquin.
Thank you so much. I will be in Iceland on March 15th. That is my next stop. Let's see if I can find this NVIDIA broadcaster. Noise removal, add effects. Speaker output changed.
Germing we
said. NP
How do I
goodbye
adjust the
and good
volume?
luck. I
Is the
bet you
volume
win all
too
of
great?
Tigum.
It's quite great
Dragonburst.
for me.
Said. Will you make videos on that in Iceland or just say results in Discord server and goodbye Germangui?
Well, Dragon Burst. Have a great day. Please enjoy the rest of your break. I hope I see you again for the holiday. Thank you so much, buddy.
Germangui.
Said. I need the Discord TBH.
Alright. There we go. Put that up there along with the YouTube for past
Germangui.
broadcasts.
Said.
Please subscribe. It
TYSM.
supports the channel immensely. I know you've already subscribed, I believe, on the YouTube. The Discord should be listed there. Please tell me if the volume of the music is too great. But in general, I only have 8 today to start this event. Here in the northern hemisphere, it is certainly winter. I am planning on. I have notified them that I'm a streamer, so there's a streamer's corner to the tournament site where we will be located. I don't know if they'll put us all together where we'll be on camera or not. In Peru, it is summer. Alice Torres loves God.
Dragonburst.
Said. Oh cool, will for sure look at the tournament's games if they are on a digital board.
Germangui.
Said. TYSM and I found him first at YT and good luck.
Microphone. I'm not sure how that's working. Record your own samples to see how NVIDIA Broadcast improves your recorded audio. So yeah, I discovered this new microphone filter of sorts. And I am mildly
Darkblade.
concerned
Said. Hello sensei.
that this microphone filter is altering everything. But I'm not sure how it's working yet. I have to watch another video on how it's used. I have installed it. We have a new microphone coming for Christmas. The French Bishop Chesscast should have a new episode out concerning the qualifiers for the Candidates Tournament. The latest updates can be found at these links. Whoops. If I put an exclamation in front of it, that will work. Alright, what are we working on today? A4, H4, G4? Let's get G4 out of the way while we're at it. We will work on H4 and we will work on A4 in some bullet perhaps after. So this is the traditional method of handling this particular line. Whoa, that's fascinating. Can we bother him just so? This looks like it could be winning more material than it deserves. Ayala Torres seems handling it pretty well. I believe I've made the mistake of playing bishop takes c6, check, b takes c6, queen to a4, allowing queen to d5, counterattacking my rook previously. Not sure protecting the pawn was worth it. Just developing our pieces to the best of our ability. Let's tack our queen in, tuck our queen into an appropriate spot. Can I? Offer a trade of queens? Or a trade of bishops? Very pesky. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. But he was planning f6. Small fork to win more material. Oh no. Not walking into a mate in two. C'est la vie, everybody. C'est la vie. Let's close the window as the brightness is overwhelming us just a little bit. Oh, there are my other house sandals. I found them underneath my desk. I was looking for them downstairs. Now we actually might be a normal brightness. The weekend winter holiday break has begun. Hastings, England, a tournament that has been running since 1895 at least, begins on the 27th, which I believe is Wednesday, as well as the Rilton Cup held in Stockholm. That tournament has always been on my list. At the moment, our family is celebrating the holidays together. One year we went to New Orleans, the Christmas before COVID, and then we weren't able to have Christmas together for a couple of years, so we learned our lesson. We thought we were just missing the family for 1 year. Little did we know. That was actually a family vacation. We had everyone. We had my grandson, my daughters, tons of great photos, great steamboat springs dinner on the steamboat on the Mississippi River. It was quite lovely. Now the NVIDIA broadcaster is not taking over quite yet from the volume control, but it has taken over from Windows. It seems that no matter what I do with the Windows volume, NVIDIA has taken over. NVIDIA broadcaster has taken over my microphone settings, and I've not yet been able to prove what exactly is going on, but we do have one G4 under our belt. Let's just mark that before I forget. We'll try to finish off G4 with 200. We finished off B4 with 200 the other day. Our GTO is working well. Let's head back to that and see exactly where we ended up on our G4 scale, where it should be at 199, but I imagine that we are still indexing. It says there are countless numbers of people ahead of me being indexed. Normally it just says 29 people before you. It believes I'm down almost 2 pawns, and then I go up a pawn. So interestingly enough, C takes D5. This is the refutation if anyone cares to play it. Knight C3, E6, Queen takes B7, Knight on B to D7, H3, and of course I am at a severe disadvantage in this position. However, I made the mistake of playing D takes C6 instead of H3 right away. H3, Bishop 8, H3, Bishop H5, DE6, FE6, Queen B3. Ah, yes, that makes complete sense to me now. A pawn up with a very serious advantage. My opponent did not have to accommodate me with equality. And knight takes b3. This position is death-defyingly equal, but after e6, d takes c6. Knight takes queen a4. F5 is simply supposed to equalize. This does look very awkward for black, but I guess it makes sense. And I have to watch out for rook c8 skewering through for a quick checkmate. Perhaps I lose too much time in this example. Tough to say. Check, check, check. What was going to happen on knight f3, rook c8, knight check, king back, knight check. Now I'm out of moves. I'm just playing out of moves and I'm being faced with a mate. That's a bummer. C'est la vie. GM Martin Krämer. German chess player. Roughly a little older, obviously older than Vincent Krämer. achieved his 3 Grandmaster norms in the German Bundesliga seasons. He became a Grandmaster at the same time as Grandmaster Mark Arnold. Roughly, it's 2012. Make sure that we're on the same page. We do need some wallpaper. Dragon Burst. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Do we have time for this? Does not look like me. Well, I have to consider being a piece up for 3 pawns. That's awkward. She takes, rook takes, threatening mate in 2. Rook takes f2. Rook check, rook over. And do we have any way of stopping this mate threat? Sort of bringing our knight back. I think that does do it. But giving up the piece for 2 pawns with the pawn on the 6th rank is also incredibly dangerous. Uh-oh. Now we get to capture. Capture. Check. I don't believe there's any mate here, but finding the right square is awkward. Oh no. Is this going to be enough? Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. Oh no. Ariel Zamora Dragon Burst is about to take you to the cleaners, sir. Is it a draw? It doesn't appear to be. You have to play King F1, King E2, Knight check, King F3, and then that's the end of the checks. Dragon Burst should be able to survive this one. Uh-oh. That might not do it. Oh, we can stop this knight check here. He also had 97 check. He has it again. Followed by mate in 2. awkward. There will be back seeding in this tournament, unfortunately. In all these tournaments, there's back seeding. So our main goal is not so much to win games, but to learn. Backseating and cheating in any one game, honestly, does not help that much. The rating always returns to its former glory. So now, can I play the move Knight c6 against this particular setup? Probably not. I am looking for something unique against the move Bishop e3 that will be something that only I particularly play. Let's just pretend as though this were the normal continuation. Usually rook b1 is in. It's usually bishop e3 and rook b1. I should have just recaptured. He had king takes d2 to get some of his material back. Oops. Gave back the exchange. Rook to b2 was probably best. We'll see if the centralizing of our king assists in any way. I don't know that this is going to accomplish anything for us, honestly. But we'll find out in a bit. So we have the better king. Interesting. Takes. All right, well, we're off to the races, ladies and gentlemen. Takes. Oh, I almost lost. Or did I? This would be an
MEV
outside
student.
pass pawn.
Said. Can I play a match dojo?
You can certainly play a match, med student. Let's just get you into the dojo here. We are in the Master Chess Dojo. Over there, Control C. Let's get that over there. Can I? Yeah. I was fooling around, I admit it. I want the two connected pass pawns. Yes, Anakin. So rook to c6 was the awkward move. Why didn't he take my pawn? And we'd probably reach the same endgame with this pawn off the board, interestingly enough. If he had played rook takes c6, rook takes f5. I believe. And now for something completely different. Yeah, could have triangulated this a little bit better. Whoa. Alright, and we're off. Gonna get our pawn up a little further. We are threatening to push again. There's a lot of resistance to be had here, by the way.
Dragon Burst.
King g3, e4.
Said. GG.
Namaste. Yeah, rook c6 was just a little too fancy. I did want to trade pieces. The outside pass pawn. So it's rook takes c4, rook takes c5, rook takes c3, rook takes f4. Yeah, that was awkward. Ariel Zamora. What? Alrighty then. We're just going to continue developing our pieces.
Said. How can I join from the app?
You have to join the team, and then you may join the team that we're in is the Rapid and Classical. Copy URL. I've played almost everybody in this particular dojo countless numbers of times, honestly. Can I do it this way? Let's do it this way. Am I in a spot of trouble? It looks like it, doesn't it? Knight takes c6. So he's managed to guard his pawn. That's so rude. But we're going to try to overwork him as best we can. I am in trouble against Ariel Zamora. We've managed to create a very tricky situation on our hand. my king stuck in the center. Why didn't I just recapture? Because of rook e1 check, queen e2 check. Why didn't I just recapture on d6? Was this really that much simpler? I think not. Did I plan on castling queenside and then abort? Takes twice on c6 with a b pawn on c6, moving to c6 on a castle queenside. That looks scary. Let's attempt to bother him some more. Interesting. So now we have the bishop pair, but we've got a lot of work to do. Lucy, we have a lot of work to do.
MED student.
Said. Just joined the community. Kritik is my game ID.
Awesome. Kruthik. Look forward to playing you, sir. So we do this training every single day,
MED
whether
student.
it's 4 a.m.
Said.
New York City time.
We'll
on the
have a
weekdays.
wonderful time playing and learning.
Absolutely. Where are you a med student, sir? Just where are you a med student? So what do I wish to do? So bishop takes. This is the question. Am I getting into trouble after bishop takes? Bishop takes a3. Alright, YOLO. I don't
MED
see
student.
it.
Said.
He does have a discovery
I'm
on
from
my
India,
queen.
sir.
Nice. I am losing a pawn out of this deal. Chess is an excellent game to take a lot of the stress off of the average workday, and if you're a med student, you have a great deal of stress ahead of you. There's no doubt about it, the amount of stress that you have ahead of you will be and could be truly great. This chair is squeaking. I can only apologize. This was part of the plan. My opponent, by the way, has a purely equal position. Had he just gone for the equal position, I don't see any reason why he shouldn't. So it's 6 pawns to 6 pawns with me having the 2 bishops. No longer the 2 bishops. much trouble will I get in if I play for more? Let's play for more. Just trying my best to play for more, mind you. So this looks like a riddle of sorts. Takes, check. Is F3 a real move? That is the question. Bishop e4, queen d7, check looks fatal. Can we bother him? We're going to pretend as though this is all part of the plan. Did I have c4 in the previous position? Takes, check. I am in a lot of danger. But what kind of danger am I in? And now for something completely irrelevant. He's threatening queen f4. We're going to try to keep the pressure on. Rook takes. This does look a little bit fatal. Just a little bit fatal. So takes. I don't see it. I have to guard everything again. Rook takes e6, rook takes e6. He does have one check. For what it's worth, he has one check. But I don't see how he defends. .007. It is time for you to die, Mr. Bond. So it's true, we've managed to achieve 100% disparity between our rapid, 2170, our blitz, 2070, and our bullet, which is 1970. In an ideal world, you can hear my grandson in the background, possibly. We are working on G4, right? Did I really have two blocks in a row? Is Mike on for this? Nice. Where are you from, Dragon? The Netherlands, indeed. Pardon me, everybody. It's a new microphone I'm receiving for Christmas, for the holidays. I will have an immediate ability to mute to avoid sounds like these that you're about to hear.
Grode.
Said. Jeopardy song needed.
MED student.
Said. Which country, master?
MED student.
Said. Mic is off, I think.
Yes, it is. My mic is off. I wonder if I hit the letter M. How long has it been off? So basically, we changed our background to a UK
MED
setting.
student.
Said. Unable to hear.
How long has it been like that? Or did I accidentally hit the letter M? Crossing my fingers that I hit the letter M on my keyboard and it muted me. Muted me? Nope. Not sure if it was a particular one. But I love playing chess outdoors. So therefore, here we are. It should be fixed now. Testing, testing, testing. Let's take a quick peek. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. It just sounds horrible, actually. It just sounds horrible at the moment. We are getting a new microphone in a day or so. Dragon Burst is struggling against this passed pawn. I don't know if that was the issue. The issue was that we had to guard the b2 pawn. And this was what he wanted to do. But I don't necessarily know that he's going to be able to solve his issues in this manner very easily. Dragonburst now has some counterplay against the bishop. Takes, takes, takes. We're here to learn, by the way. The results don't matter, Kurthik, as much as our improvement and understanding for future games. We're not here really to win the games that are in front of us. We're here, ideally, to win the next 10 games, the next 20 games, the next lifetime of games. Black still has a very serious advantage if he just moves his knight. Activates his pieces. Tries to get a knight to d4. I knew he was going to do this for whatever reason. But now now he might actually get a knight to d4. That'll be very strong. No, knight f5, knight d4 is still ideal. White does not wish to have any exchanges whatsoever. Meanwhile, bad stuff is occurring. As he tries to set up a mating net. Looks as though he may be going for getting the rook to the second rank. Now there's a fell swoop involved, but the knight is unseated. It has to return. Can't have everything hanging after king to g1. Now how is he going to improve his position? I didn't want to move that bishop. That bishop was actually doing quite a fine job. Where it was anchored by a pawn. No! Our king may be in the square of the pawn, but we have too many weaknesses. Uh-oh. Dragon Burst. Victorious! No, we didn't need to move that bishop yet. You should have waited. You could have always improved your king position. I wanted to skewer through these pawns, which is now the case. Draw the king back. Yeah, now there's a little bit of a problem on our hands. We do have to skewer again. Get that pawn down to 1. Hold the h3 pawn, perhaps. Alright, or hold the g4 pawn. And just bring the king up. And win the rook, win the pawn on h7. We really don't want him getting his king to this square where he can try to eliminate our pawns. Or create a pass pawn. For any form of counterplay, but it looks like we're dead lost anyway.
86 raiders from
Sassy
86
Water.
raiders from Sassy.
have joined.
Sassy Water, how are you? Namaste.
So now we're trapped in Fisher's mind battling his own private army, and if we
Welcome
get
to
killed,
the dojo.
we'll be lost in limbo till our brains turn to scrambled egg.
We run daily Swiss chess training every day with the ability to look at our games between rounds. I was just lamenting, Sassy. How have you been? How was your stream?
Sassy Water.
Said,
Such a lovely young
good have
individual.
a great stream.
Everyone should follow her. It is summer where she is. I'm very jealous. It is crazy how jealous I am. Okay, maybe I'm not that jealous. We do have skiing when they don't. But do you ski? When I was your age, I definitely skied. As you get older, you tend not to. So I was just looking into the motion GIFs that are now available on chess.com, by the way, as backgrounds. So while you're playing, you can have something similar to this available now on chess.com. We're trying to play a GTO strategy.
Darkblade.
Said, I love ski but I'm pretty mediocre at it.
Oh, it's not my goal to be strong at it, that's for sure. I'm trying to play a minimum of 200 games. This is 193 G4s now. We're going to approach this like an English opening. I don't really wish to bother that pawn. I've actually played h4 and run into so many problems with h6 that I don't care so much for it. We're just going to try to develop our pieces as normally as possible.
This nation owes you a huge debt.
Senor Yaps. By the way, I am a FIDE trainer. I don't know if I put my about information up there, but I've been teaching and training since before Sassy Water was born.
Said, 200 games opening with the Grob is very based.
So far, 1h4
Thanks for following.
is better and easier to play 1h4 than g4, b4, or a4. Now, my opponent has achieved a small advantage, by the way, but given up the bishop pair. So they've basically gotten one singular pawn island. And I have two pawn islands with an isolated h-pawn. So while I have the bishop pair, they have a better endgame advantage with the pawn structure. We're going to play relatively conservatively here. I am going to try to break up the Yankees when I can. And it looks like I managed to equalize our pawn structure predicament. Can I do this? Let's blast the center while we can. So soon, and I'm hoping I'm not jinxing it, I will have eliminated the advantage of the pawn structure predicament. D5, F takes E5. We might have a strongly outposted knight. So now at least we've achieved some small microscopic victory in the sense that our two bishops are now unmatched. And we're controlling the center to the best of our ability. Sassy Water is quite a strong player, by the way, for those of you who do not know it. McSqueegee, thank you. Where are you from, McSqueegee? By the way, subscribing to the YouTube is the best way to support our channel at the moment. Incrementally, we will have, over a period of time, what is this? Default microphone? I wonder if that's how I've muted myself before. I wonder if... Not sure what that means, but...
Squeaky
said, I'm from Melbourne.
Awesome. I believe that's also from where our ever so lovely Raider is from. I definitely think that the only other streamer I've met from Australia personally, Hannah Sace, I think she might be from Melbourne. Alright, well, let's throw this in here, and now we're about to accomplish...
Squeaky
said. Yeah, Hannah is.
We're about to accomplish a different advantage. I don't know that I can maintain it, though. And now for something completely different. D4. Should we attempt to run our pawn up the board? How are we going to accomplish anything with this advantage? That is the question.
Said. I'm about Hannah's strength in long controls, but she's quick in blitz.
Found the weakness. She is very quick. Another feature that separates Elite Chess from chess.com, which I don't necessarily know if it's such a great thing, but it is the ability of a player, pardon me while I think, of a player to make multiple pre-moves. I think we do have to run this one up the board now. Not sure what other advantage we have, but I'm going to try to anchor and fix that G7 pawn as a weakness, if possible. We need to do something about this oncoming invasion. I'm still not completely ready to take the pawn on G7, unfortunately. Or am I? It does appear that I am. I don't want that king hiding anywhere. They've avoided the option here of I believe that we can continue our merry way. I could be wrong. This is starting to get a wee bit scary, folks. Just a wee bit. As we remove the defender of the F6 knight. So on weekends we run a 5+5 in the dojo. I simul-stream to Twitch. I'm sorry, to Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. And of course, Sassy Water and we all follow each other to a great extent. I finally got to that weakness on G7. It took me a while. It took a lot of diligent planning. I have a new chair coming, by the way. This one has become a bit squeaky. I'm not too pleased with it. It was a nice purchase at the time. But no longer. So let's see here. We have to do a bit of analysis to make sure that we can promote our pawns. So basically, king d5, h takes g7, rook takes h1, rook takes h1, king takes d4, and rook h8. And the opponent has rook to g8, blockading. Interesting. So if I were to capture and capture, What do I have here? I do have to throw in a quick check, though. Keeping the tension. So now, with everything still hanging, so now h7, rook h8, or do I just take? All right, we have 3 minutes to use to our advantage. Take. That is my main advantage, by the way. I'm a little bothered by the fact that can he defend? An attack in any way? We're going for it. Whoa. Totally unexpected. So now if I capture on G7 and I capture on F6, I'm escorting the pawn in. Am I going to be up a pizza with the promotion of my pawn? I feel like I am. Whew, we managed to wield our way through. And now for something completely different. I don't even need to give up. I do have a very weak back rank, mind you. This is very silly, right? Alright, we'll repeat once, and we'll go after the pawn the other way. We can always checkmate with the extra piece if we need to.
Said. Sensei, my study on Leela crushing me with f4 is complete.
Let's pretend like we are doing what we need to do. Yeah. He does have a lot of problematic stuff going on here. I need one more pawn to win this, right? Don't I need a pawn to win this? Or can I win with the two bishops versus the rook? I'm trying to tempt him forward with his pawn. I may not be able to win this. Oh no! He did it. He slimed me with a double attack. He did slime me with a double attack. That's a bummer. Fortunately, we're not worse in this position. Fair enough, he got me. We're going to have to work all over again. In order to win this endgame. I lost my extra piece. Loose pieces drop off, folks. Loose pieces drop. As it turns out.
Juicy delicious.
Said. Hello there.
Juicy delicious, welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. So for those who have not helped the stream immensely by subbing on the YouTube channel, you don't have to hit the bell. Although it would help.
Dark Blade.
Said. Juicy delicious hello.
So I'm going to need a second advantage in this position, if I have any advantage at all. Alright, and we're off. We're off in an attempt to make some progress.
Dragon Burst.
Said. Someone needs this Ron Hay person to stop playing so damn well.
I definitely know what that means. Oh no! touch move. C'est la vie. That was very kind of you, sir. That was very kind of you not to take advantage of that.
Dark Blade.
Said. I've choked too many games against Ron.
I felt honor bound to lose this particular game, honestly. I lost the game on the touch move error. In my mind, I just could not let go of that loss. Why didn't I just agree to a draw? Why should I try to win? If you try to win an equal or draw an ending, you will get what you deserve sometimes. Alright, Ron. It's you and me, sir.
Dark Blade.
Said. By Dha Wei Sensei, do you have time to review my study after the arena?
Absolutely. Well, we have to throw this move in for grins, by the way. Ron, in full beast mode. Full and absolute beast mode. So it's 2 pieces for a rook. I did have a plan. Although the plan is somewhat short-lived. Trying to create some weaknesses as best we can. So it's no longer 2 pieces for a rook, but it is only an exchange, and he's got a lot of pawns for it. We do have an outside pass pawn for counterplay.
Dark Blade.
Said. I'm rooting for you, Sensei Cook Ron, on our behalf.
Ron is very, very good and very dangerous all the same. He likes to play avant-garde openings for content. Just as much as the next guy. My goal, my mission, is to get our pieces out as fast as humanly possible. Okay, so pawn takes, pawn takes, pawn takes. I don't have much of a choice here. He's going to have a pawn on e5.
Dark Blade
said, "Personally, I'm too scared to play chess again after 100 games with Leela. I see ghosts of incoming attacks everywhere."
Yeah, it's actually not a good idea to practice against computers at certain levels, as you already have found out. What is the best way to take advantage of this fellow? Offer a trade. Let's get to the end game, sir. Let us get to the end game, sir. Yes. Queen to b5, queen takes, knight moves.
Said, "At least I picked up some new opening theory in the process after getting massacred a few times."
So how many pawns does he have for the exchange? 1 pawn for the exchange. We've managed to give him 1 pawn for the exchange, 2 pawns for the exchange, possibly. Maybe I return the exchange. Queen takes b7.
Dark Blade.
Queen takes a3.
Said, "For example, there was some annoying line in the London where white went for g4 g5.
Wise guy. Do I draw with Ron and hold the line? Or do I go for the advantage, which I feel like I should?
Dark Blade
said, "You gotta beat him, no mercy."
No mercy indeed. So he has this check, that check. Ron is such a beast with the tactics. I'm literally getting shish kebabbed. Rook check, king back. Rook check, rook g8 check, king to f6. Rook check, rook check. And he has another draw. Fine. My pieces aren't out. Darn it.
Dark blade.
I should have accepted the equality.
If Stockfish can win this, so can you, right?
But if he plays rook to g8, I'm sorry, rook to f8, then I'm not getting any of my pieces out. So I have to actually try to hold the line. No, I'm getting mated anyway. Darn it. Ron got me. I'm giving back the exchange at the very least. It's unfortunate. So if I play this check, he goes after my... If I play king g8, he goes after my rook. If I play king h8, rook f8, rook g8, king f6, maybe, just maybe I can survive this. We'll cross our fingers. Yeah, I don't have a choice. I'm very lucky that there was still a draw in that position, because if he could force me to h6, bishop c1 check, rook g5, hg5, rook g5, and rook attacks my rook again, and I lose my rook to the bishop on c1. The attack by the rook. Ron is a legend in this chess community. Sassy Water has not rated me often enough to know if she belongs in the pro plus 100 raiders group. But the legends are those that have rated me with, I would probably say, more than 500 across the board. Sassy Water, ladies and gentlemen. Sassy, do you play in tournaments if you're still here? Does Sassy play in over-the-board tournaments? I can't recall.
Dark blade.
Said. I'm not in there.
Sorry, Dark Blade. I'm so sorry. Rubino, Ron, MD Knight Zero, and Mad Quick Chess have been instrumental over the years. Mad Quick Chess actually helped me set up the stream at the very beginning. And I appreciate all the work that Dark Blade / Dragon Emperor has done, though. I'm actually at the limit for that command, and I have to delete somebody in order to put somebody in. So the 10k bits donators, Logic, Ruben Ho at the beginning of last year. Obviously, I should have held out for more than 10k bits to put people on that. Scaled Dragon Burst is hot on my trails. Should I accidentally drop this ball, it will be no good. We're only at 193. Which one is Mike? This Mike person is for sure underrated. Alright, and we're off with another G4. I almost forgot what I was playing on the first move. We can check the standings while
Dragonburst.
Mega Power G is not
Said.
here.
Oh, I got no pairings XD.
Pegasus Sway.
Mega Power God.
Thanks for subscribing.
Thanks for the draw hype popcorn.
Pegasus Sway.
Oh.
Said. Thanks for the draw.
No, thank you, Ron. And namaste for the sub. I saw and refunded your match request yesterday morning. You'd never believe. I took the car to get it serviced. I was there from 9 a.m.
Said.
to very close
I'm a
to
mod,
4
I could
p.m.
make a command for me, but there would be no point, right?
No, definitely. You know what? I need a command for you and for no words. I just need to know a little bit more biographical information than the earnest student of the game, Dragon Emperor / Darkblade 512. And No Words is from South Africa. He is an earnest tournament player and a mod across channels such as you are. No Words has also donated to the stream immensely. So he is working on his legend status slowly. I don't know that he can achieve. I managed to keep the layout at the top. Everyone who has donated incredible amounts is listed at the top. Let me just take a quick peek. All-time bits, Ron, Logic, and Rubenho are in there for the all-time bits donations. Pegasus Sway, I learned a little late to start donating anonymously for the 5 gifted subs for every 25 follows. If you've not yet followed, it would help. MD Knight Zero has donated to the Dojo Library so many times. No Words is working on it. 48 times. He's made the top list. Above the banner. I like how it's nicely, evenly placed. DG Road, by the way, who was here earlier. Uh-oh. We need a message, Mega Power God. Maybe he'll get that message if he has notifications enabled, because you don't get a notification. No worries. I understand. Just glad everything's okay. Oh, Mega Power God is back.
Darkblade.
Said. Your opponent is back.
Indeed. He did get a notification. He may have been in another window, another tab. Let's see if he was paying attention to the refutation. Oh no, he was not paying attention to the reputation. We do wish to trade queens, though. No, you don't wish to trade queens. I wish to trade queens. Let's see. What is he planning on doing?
Dragonverst
said. Oh no, he got tricked.
Indeed he did. He has no white squared bishop. I should have just taken that. But we'll take it on the next turn.
Darkblade
Said.
Ruh-roh.
Sensei, you should give odds. The rating difference is too much.
Indeed. Now you know. Now you know.
Darkblade
Said. Actually, never mind, these are rated.
It would make it a casual game if we were to have handicaps. Probably knight takes e4 straight away was better. And the winner is, let's outpost our knight. Make a small threat. Another small threat. Takes. I'm trying to checkmate his rook. Which it looks like I'm about to do. In my early days, I could easily recall.
Dragonverst
Said. It is still weird that I won 5-7 games today. Some wins were not deserved at all.
I understand that completely.
Darkblade.
said. Dragonburst 99, congrats on second place anyway.
Second place, the tournament's not over. The tournament's not over yet. There is someone here who can beat me. Maybe not.
Dragonburst.
Said. Oh wait, it is 9 rounds.
Dragonburst.
In fact, in the Perpetual Chess podcast book by Ben
Darkblade.
Johnson, good friend of mine,
Said.
you'll actually see it in
Oh
my
never
memorable
mind, I
games
thought
on
it was
YouTube.
over.
I have a memorable games video course on YouTube where I draw with Ben Johnson. An amazing game where I'm down 2 knights. Perpetual Chess. Podcaster Ben Johnson has an amazing book out. Absolute must read on improving at chess. I believe he covers almost everything.
Dragonburst.
Said. Oh, but tournament is over probably as I played everyone.
That's how you gotta buy. Yeah, if we don't have an opponent able to be in now, if we don't have a pairing for Dragonburst, if someone doesn't come back, Kruthix, if you're still here, med student from India, the tournament may come to a complete stop. You can't enter the Swiss tournament after the midpoint. So if Kruthix jumps back in, has he played Dragonburst?
Darkblade.
No.
Said.
Kruthix can save the
I
tournament
tried
for
to
the 9th
join
round.
but I couldn't.
Holy.
Said.
Oh, you should have let me know. I would
Good
extend
morning,
it
Big
for
John.
you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning, Mr. World of Tanks. Mr. World of Tanks. Last seen playing chess. What are you making a silly guy out of me? Oh, that was my standard command. Sporting you as a chess. Sassy Water was just here. That is how we
Holy.
have so many.
Said. THX for the shout out, way too kind.
Sassy Water was just here. She gets the pinned shout out. I don't know if it pins more than once though. So check out Ali Reza versus Senor Yaps. I was very careless against Senor Yaps.
Holy.
I am
Sad.
now 0-2 against
Daisy
him.
was here.
Daisy was here. She rated us. Absolute sweetheart. One of my favorites. This will tax our playing ability to lose the A3 pawn. Or, worse yet, to lose the A3 pawn and have everything exchanged. A check and then rook A2. No good.
Holy.
Said. Yes, she is very nice and cool.
There are very few that are as cool as Sassy Water. I might have still played king to f6 because on knight to e5, rook to f2 check simplifies. And they managed to do it anyway.
Holy.
Said.
Pawn
It's
is in
1
the
a.m. in
square.
Australia.
It's 1 a.m. in Australia, is that true? Let me take a quick peek. I have all of the times up. We have Sydney down as 2 a.m., so 1 a.m. in Melbourne. I do appreciate all of you being here with me. We have a new microphone coming for Christmas. It should fix most of this terrible inflection. I was lamenting yesterday in the French Bishop Chesscast, by the way, if you've not yet followed our French Bishop Chesscast with Rogan Joe Sloan and Chess Chopin. All of the links are here for Spotify, Audible, Castbox, which I think is now known as Pandora. I have to change that. Nope, it's not Castbox. I think Stitcher has been taken over by Pandora.
Oh, Martin Krämer, he is a German GM.
Yes, he is. And he became a Grandmaster the same year as young Mark Arnold, my strongest student.
Dragonverst
said, "Congrats on winning the tournament, nice performance."
Thank you so much. It was a very reasonable performance. I don't think my rating performance is all that great, considering I lost a game to Senor Yaps that I should not have lost. That I would have been more happy about. So as it turns out, I only got 4 whites in. We're going to continue with some hourly bullet.
Darkblade
said, "You still performed almost at 2,300.
Back to the good old days, yeah?"
Darkblade
said, "Equat ABT my study."
Oh, yes. Let me get my 95th G4 in. Stream title.
Darkblade
said, "Alright, I'll join in on the arena, then we can do that later."
What in the world? I was going to lose that game on time. Weekend training, hourly bullet. All right, so we have our 195th. How did I know that he might actually do that? Our G4 stats are doing very okay. We might be able to get 5 more in. Let's do the French. I'm losing. I'm down a rook. How did I get down a piece? Oh, I sacked it for those pawns. I had no compensation in the endgame.
Amazon.
No, MD Knight Zero, thank you so much. Now that the school break has started, we have a Cambridge Springs 1904 series coming up. Thanks to MD Knight Zero, who contributes massively to the stream.
Night.
Said. Nicey.
And now for something completely different. Really? Can I do it that way? That was crazy.
Dragon
Only
Burst.
because he berserked, right?
Said. Any plans on Christmas?
I am spending Christmas with the family. I believe we're hosting everyone here for a dinner in our basement. We have a large dining table, and I plan on ordering another one. We have not quite 30-something people coming. This is 196.
Grandpa.
Yes, yes.
Peppa
coming.
Pig and George are playing Fortnite.
What?
Yeah, they are playing Fortnite.
Who's playing Fortnite? Peppa Pig?
And George.
And George?
Yeah.
I'll be right with you.
Playing Fortnite. And how about they?
Dragon Burst.
Said. Grandson Gambit declined XD.
Yes, that was my grandson Anakin. 197.
Night.
Said. I tried to get you the Bishop vs Knight Part 2 book, but Amazon said it couldn't use a gift address for that, but you'll get Part 1.
Oh, thank you
Night.
so much.
Said. Adorable.
You are the best, sir.
Night.
said.
Oops.
He'll be lurking, but I'm at work. Always good to see you, and a reminder to make a little time for chess.
By the way, MD Night Zero is a real doctor, and he serves our community well. Namaste. I hope you and your
Neil.
daughter are having a great
Said.
Christmas.
Hi.
Chris? By the way, I do have plans to make Thursday nights the streaming night at the Marshall. I had to actually think about this. I bit off more than I can chew, and he made the 50 subs possible.
Night.
Said. Oh well.
This is not a good idea, Bishop G4, by the way. So we're at 197 on our GTO.
Dragon Burst.
So
Said.
definitely, if you can arrange for a
BTW
Thursday,
Master, do you
Friday in
have
the
some
city,
tips to increase
we
my
can do
fast
both
pattern
the
recognition?
4-rated games and the Friday Night Blitz at the Marshall. I believe they still have the Friday Night Blitz. Oops. Let's weaken those squares as best we can. I'm too old, too slow, folks. Too old, too slow. Page 7 with a very late start. Let's head back and check our G4s. It says we're at 192, but I don't believe it. We're still indexing players. Sometimes it tells us how many players. 58 other players are being indexed first. I should have had a much faster so I believe I'm at 197.
Said. Study time.
Study time 197. I'm a 3 away, Darkblade. You think I can do it? Yes, I can do it. The study is in the Discord. For those who haven't yet joined the Discord, now is our chance. Well, 2 exclams won't work unless I make a so 2070, 2170, and 2167. Well, sorry, 1967. 100 rating points should separate each of these. In an ideal world with a normal player such as myself. There's no excuse for some players to not have that ratio of 100 points in strength across the board. You can't just raise your rating. So let's see. Discord. Kingslayer slow.
Darkblade.
Said. Current study https Lycus org study SWSN 6XQC.
Dragonburst.
Said. PFF I need to increase my blitz rating. Any tips on increasing my pattern recognition?
I highly recommend doing the 700 Tactics by Neistat on Chessable. It is called Improve Your Chess Tactics. It's not a free book, but you can also do the free books by Alan B. And basically keep reviewing and reviewing them over and over again. Basically, I've reviewed the 1001 chess brilliancies and sacrifice and combinations, the 1001 checkmates. Basically, seeing those patterns over and over again is key.
Darkblade.
Said. Dragonburst 99 playing more and doing more Puzzle Rush puzzles.
Puzzle Streak is also very, very good because you can't get a single one wrong.
Said. Thank you on the tips.
No, you can't discount tactics. They are the heart and soul, the muscle behind every position's positional. Be happy, thank you for joining the Discord. And was it the puzzle study, Dragon Emperor? Crazy puzzle for you all. I don't see the FEN on that one. Yeah, I don't see the FEN. Dragon Burst has a study.
Said. No, not that, the one in general.
The one in general. Sorry. Alright, let me just... Uh-oh, it's private. You have to make me a member. I love the fact that people can make private studies on Lichess. In fact, when we were prepping for opponents, one of the studies that came up was a public study of someone's games, and they had made the title private, like, don't look in this. You don't have to make it public, but obviously it's going to be slightly public.
Darkblade.
Said. Fixed.
Alright, so do you want me to look at a particular item, or did you want me to look at it on stream from beginning? Let's see, learn, studies. And if, hold on here. Just make me a contributor for a moment.
Dark blade.
Said. I'd love an overview of the overall study if you got time, as well as some advice to not get into trouble like that.
Absolutely. So make me a contributor and then it'll show up in my studies I contribute to. That might be the easiest way. Or, there we go. And now, you don't necessarily need to have me as a contributor. So Leela has been taking the soul of our erstwhile moderator, Dragon Emperor / Darkblade. So Leela has been playing F4 against the Darkblade, and it has not been a good thing. Basically, there are a lot of various possibilities after the move F4. Rarely, it looks like he doesn't have D4 covered for the most part. I love the way these things work, honestly. So there shouldn't be anything wrong with this particular setup. Now, interestingly enough, I'm a big fan of fighting for the center. I don't know that bishop g4 would be better here, but giving up the bishop pair is a matter of taste. So right now we're playing a Leningrad Dutch reversed. And having the move c4 in is a little bit of a detriment, actually. If you're going to play one move down against the Leningrad, you probably could have saved that time and already had rook e1 in, and then you'd be playing e5 in this position. Rook e8 in. Sorry, while my mind switches between black and white. And e5 must be played here, by the way. I definitely believe did I not give it? Press rec. To annotate games. Yeah, whoops, not that one. Darn it. Yeah, e5 definitely has to be considered. Oh, and you have it in your notes. I apologize. Look at this. Dragon Emperor is really on it. The two main themes of both of these openings is, both sides of this opening, is to get the pawn breaks in with e5 and e4. And this is inherent in these positions quite a bit. The Dutch is not an easy opening to answer for anyone. I have a huge record with it as black, although I play it rarely. I actually did buy a book on the Dutch. I'm trying to remember who it is. One second. Who it is that authored the book on the Dutch that I purchased recently. Moskalenko has an amazing Dutch book. So I got the Killer Dutch. I believe the Killer Dutch is a chessable book as well. And Simon Williams recommends the classical Dutch rather than the Leningrad. But as white, Gadakovsky has played the Killer Dutch from white, the Leningrad from white's perspective. Already we're in trouble because we could be losing a pawn. It's interesting to me that he doesn't attempt to win this pawn. I just have to look at this for a moment. Is this
Super
the
Petzer.
problem?
Said. Is the stone wall any good? Is it similar to classical?
I've done well with the stone wall as well. I won a Dutch thematic many years ago. Yeah, the pawn is off limits. Dark Blade is on his game. And now we seem to have a number of pawn weaknesses, and we're down the bishop pair. So right now white has 2 pawn islands, and black has 2 pawn islands. So pawn islands are equal. I'm just going to put in here pawn island awareness warning for the most pawn. And I'm going to put a double question mark on that one, I believe. There it is, I found it. So pawn island awareness warning. I'm going to give this one a little bit of a dubious, unfortunately. Just because of the pawn island awareness warning, but I think it's because of white's space advantage. Pawn island and space awareness warning. How about that? There we go. Yeah, so I don't think we have a choice in the matter, actually. To tell you the truth, we don't have a choice in the matter here, it seems. We have to break somehow, but perhaps we can just try to place our pieces and go for an outpost square on the side of the board. Try to maneuver ourselves to the d5 square, not with this pawn hanging, of course. But we're going to have to
Super Petzer.
increase
Said.
our space on this side.
I like the Dutch when you get the attack on king side, it's very sharp.
Yeah, the Dutch has served many aggressive players very, very well.
Super Petzer.
So
Said.
we're about to get rid of our
If you
pawn.
let queenside activity dominate, I really don't like it.
Yeah, I think black had to go for the queenside pawn activity. What? Are we concerned about bishop d5 check? Queen c4 check? Obviously our
Super
squares
Petzer.
around our king are very,
Said.
very weak.
G4.
Yeah, g4 is brutal. I think we have a little bit of
Dark
a problem
blade.
on our hands.
Said. Yet I was preparing e5 here.
But if you're going to get e5 in, I think you have to play it. You're going to have to shove. Activity is far more important than material, by the way. You're going to have to suck it up, I think, and just tuck your king away on the dark squares after the check. So you got it in. That's good. And he has an in-between move. Discovery. Our bishop is still hanging, but we have a check. I'm sorry, our knight is still hanging.
Said. Hi John, our game when I played b6 the stockfish say ne4 is better move for white to hold the draw.
Yes, I considered knight e4 centralizing. I think I got very lucky to not lose that despite the fact. So yeah, you let things get out of control here, and I think you already have the analysis in it. Bishop to e5 was not worthy. Knight e5, it's pretty ugly. We're losing material hand over fist here. So where did this come from? It came from this particular position. If e5 is a credible move, we had to start battening down the hatches now and look on c to d8. This is our worst placed piece on the c8 square at the moment. I'm was going to take a quick peek. Yeah, rook on c to d8. I'm always happy when we do the candidate move process and you
Dark
choose
blade.
your candidate move
Said.
and then you click the button.
Stockfish wants me to sack the exchange though for some reason.
Really? I have Stockfish 16 with 7 megabits, and I believe that rook on c to d8 is the definite answer. Even though we're completely getting waxed here. Yuck. Alright, next. How many games do we have?
Dark blade.
15 games.
Said. Oh, that.
Yep. Yeah, no, you can't take on f4. You're going to have to buckle down and try to not. So again, white has a space advantage alert. There are 3 major elements. If you think of Avatar, The Last Airbender, the 4 elements of earth, air, fire, and water were broken down later. The original scientific elements were broken down later into incremental bits, which became a periodic table of elements, where gas is air and H2O, etc., is a combination of the periodic tables. So already we're in trouble here. Perhaps f5 immediately, because we lost the tempo. Remember, we're playing black.
Dark blade.
Said.
Just wanted a closed position, lured it in, and then it killed me. No, I don't think that you're going to be able to tackle a beast like this on from a slow position, because the stronger player is that much stronger in closed positions with the option of opening up the position when it's their turn. So obviously these are games at night odds. So material is in your favor. And you should be seeking exchanges. White is the one who wishes to have a closed position with knight odds. Note the knight is missing from the starting position. I was just mentioning earlier in the morning as I was coming up to prepare the stream, that I had been given knight odds in a blitz session by Grandmaster Alex Scherzer, the late Grandmaster Alex Scherzer, who was a friend of the Polgars, a very lovely fellow. And he obliterated me with the coordination of his pieces. Basically, every single piece. Imagine this for a moment. You activate every single piece, and your opponent does not activate every single piece. That means that you may have queenside rook odds, queenside knight odds, just because they didn't place that piece to the maximum use of its capability. So now grandmasters have the ability to maximize the use of every single piece in every single position and find the best squares, and constantly improving their worst placed piece keeps them from being down in material. In fact, it will actually give them an advantage in material in any position. So because we're playing this game at night odds, right? Our opponent has the ability to avoid exchanges. This is a good blockading square, I have to admit, but we didn't get there. How are we guarding this? And now it's game over. So you're going to need to assume space and time advantages in addition to your material advantage. So let's think of the 3 judges, space, time, and material, as those guys sitting behind the booth with the button on the X factor. You need 2 of those judges in your favor in order to win a game. If you don't have 2 of those judges in your favor, then winning the game is going to be extremely, excruciatingly difficult, because chances are your opponent has 2 of those judges in his corner. So, for those of you who've never watched a reality TV show, there are such things as Dancing with the Stars and American Idol, X Factor, and there are usually 3 judges. And America's Got Talent, etc. And if 2 of those 3 judges vote you off the show, you're in trouble. Now, there are some, for the auditions, you only need 1 person to get you on the show, to approve you anyway. But at the same time, you won't make it past the tryout stage without having 2 or more advantages in your favor. So those are like Simon Cowell. Looks like we're in trouble again if this is not the same game. Yeah, we're not, unfortunately, getting our pieces coordinated. We are moving the same piece twice with a rook on with rooks on the original squares without a rook being moved. You are seeking exchanges. This is good, but at the same time, look at how much material your opponent has coming into the game that is active. And already our rooks have no open files, our knights have no squares, and the opponent is actually scarfing material as we speak. At least we took one of his active pieces, but at the same time, we have a rook and a knight that are very difficult to coordinate. As he continues, yeah, but I mean, in general, I think we are actually slightly worse in this position. If I had to assess this position, we might be clearly worse when the e6 pawn falls.
Darkblade, I like this challenge a lot. I might want to try this in a long classical format, but got to give respect, this looks very difficult.
Well, his psyche has taken a beating. Maybe knight to f5 is better. We can't afford to lose this. This pawn or that pawn, and then he has an outside pass pawn. It's very difficult to coordinate these pieces. Wow, it thinks we're completely dead lost.
Said, after you see how the open games in the study went, you will realize why I wanted to close things down and play passively. After you see how the open games in the study went, you will realize why I wanted to close things down and play passively.
I do understand how that goes. I absolutely do understand how that goes. So are we white? We're not white. Let's look at this as black. I think he was in his room the last I left. He came in and he visited me.
Said, why does text-to-speech say X2?
I believe that there's a little bit of a hitch when I click a move and interrupt the text-to-speech at an initial part. So I have to be careful not to go forward on a move. See that clicking sound? Now we have a knight offsides. We're actually down a knight right now. It's going to take us a tremendous amount of time to try to get this knight back into the game to a more active square. And it doesn't look like we're actually accomplishing this goal, because we need to move that pawn off of its starting square. So if you can imagine what what Leela is doing here, Leela is taking that assessment and just whittling away with activity. And activity is far more important than being down and being up in material to a great extent. And he is actually doing pretty well here with it. When I give queen odds to students, yeah, this does not look good. I don't see a way to save this. It's just a matter of time before we are in trouble.
Darkblade.
Yep.
See how the clicking Super Patzer actually killed the speech chat as well. You haven't noticed those crazy pawn moves in the beginning. How do I deal with that? You're going to have the fundamentals of this game absolutely mastered for yourself to the Grandmaster level that you need. So basically, you're going to have to stake out space for yourself in the center, seize open files for your rooks, improve the placement of your pieces, outpost your knights properly, make sure that your bishops don't get awkwardly placed. Basically, every single piece has to be maximized to the greatest extent of its ability. Let me make sure I don't have a lesson. I have to check WhatsApp real quick. I apologize.
Darkblade
said. It played H4, G4, G5 and B5 in the same game. How does it get away with it?
My daughter graduated with a 3.5 grade point average, which is what I graduated college with. I believe that is cum laude. That is awesome. She did not have the grade point average, unfortunately, before graduation because she had to take some final exams, which would have given her that 3.5 grade point average. I seem to be okay on time as far as this, that, and the other thing. Well, it has to play that way. Let's imagine for a moment that it is down material, and those moves, H4, G4, and G5, are space-gaining moves on the king side. Like I said, the three judges, space, time, and material. You have to have those judges in your favor, and it's doing that. Oh, this is another game where we're supposed to be on the black side. We'll fix ourselves. Now here, again, you're moving the same piece twice. Rather than placing all of your pieces. Look at these rooks, bishops, and queens. Alright, for everyone listening, I'm going to say this really, really emphatically. For everyone listening, the opening is nothing special. It is merely a way for you to set up your pieces in order to play the game. Most people think that you set up the pieces in order to play the game by putting the pawns on the second rank, the rooks in the corners followed by the knights, bishops, king, and queen in the center. But that's not how you set up a chessboard in order to play a chess game. You're going to choose whether you want an open position or a closed position, a semi-open position or a semi-closed position. If you have any awareness at all of the activity of your pieces, then you will set up
this position,
every
though,
single
if I wait
piece.
B4, E5 will come.
This is a natural circumstance of what is happening, yes. I would have to say that the move that probably, if I had to look for a better move in this position, I would actually threaten to seek the exchanges with bishop to g4. I forgot that you're being given knight odds. Bishop g4 seems like it should ensure your advantage here. It likes g6. Fascinating. Rook b8, followed by b5, b4. I need to see what happens after bishop to g4. I mean, you still are up 4.5 points of material, but bishop g4. 95, and basically you can still seek further exchanges here. I would definitely go for h5. This is a good experiment, I have to admit, in handling your pieces. If you are able to be spotted, this exercise, as was noted earlier,
Darkblade
said,
by Dragon First.
I played this line too in some games, later didn't go too well either.
Super Patzer.
Well, it has nothing to do with the moves.
Would it be too much to request maybe you made background a little less transparent?
Oh, certainly. Super Patzer, you got this yesterday as well, right? I'll make another matching background of the ICC.
Said,
Now we've already
"Oh,
given
that's
up
great.
a pawn, right? We've already given up a pawn. This is my preferred board, but I don't always have a background that can match it.
Super Panzer.
Said, was it unintentional?
Was it unintentional? No, I tend to prefer the transparent background for the ease of the brightness on my eyes.
Super Panzer.
Said, oh, maybe not.
See how bright this board
Super
is for the
Panzer.
most part? I'm a big
Said,
fan of dark
thanks
screens.
for that though.
Basically because we've learned about blue light damage and things like that. Uh-oh. Grandson alert. Hey, Anakin, come here. Come here 1 second. I want to kiss.
Super Panzer.
Said, I see.
Come here, buddy.
Said, I will be leaving. Have a great day all. I will.
Dragon Burst. Thank you. Already we're down a bishop.
Hey,
We're no
What's
longer... Hey. Yeah, you want me to watch the Mario TikTok? Alright, I have to go. Hey, kiss. No. Love you, buddy. Yeah, we're in big trouble. We're down material, everybody. We're down material and we're down material. Because this rook can't get into the game, this bishop can't get into the game, and this rook can't get into the game. There's just nothing to do. So, for Dragon Burst, if that Dragon Burst is still here, that last thing that I'm going to say, Alan B has a number of free books on tactics involving pawns, rooks on the attack, bishops on the attack, rook, king on the attack, pawns on the attack. Basically, if you find yourself not using a piece to the best of your ability, Anakin, you have to take that outside. You have to take it outside, buddy.
why?
Because I'm streaming, and the background noise is not good for the stream. There may be a copyright thing going on that I don't want to find out about later. Thanks, Anakin. So for the most part, did he take down my giraffe? His giraffe, actually. Where's that giraffe? That giraffe is my giraffe. You took my giraffe. Alright, meanwhile, again we want to be castling into my death. I love some of these titles. So he's grabbed the space advantage, but our knights and pieces are not threatening anything. We can't play F6 because of the weakness of G6. Ouch. Ouch. And now he's threatening bishop takes knight, followed by queen to h7 mate. And we allowed him to play bishop d5 check. Don't tell me that queen h7 check comes up next. Yes. Opposite side castling attack. I mean, you have some really, really great examples here of how to win. In fact, the one professional pool player I know, House Pro Jonathan Smith, mentions that you have to lose in every way possible in order to know how to beat everyone in every way possible. So there is something happening here for you. Yeah, he was threatening e4, e5. In a way, it looks like you've become, you've got a Florence
Super
Nightingale situation here
Said.
where you are not.
LOL, that's a pessimist's philosophy.
Yeah. You are putting your opponent way too much on a pedestal. You have to realize how weak Leela is. And I know that's not a very good mindset to be able to easily attain. So it really wants you to allow e5, and you didn't need to move your bishop because there was no threat for the moment. The queen is tied down to the pawn as well. So that on b to d7, knight to c5 is the ideal. So yeah, knight on b to d7, knight to e2, knight to c5. And the only way they can get out of it is by
Said.
simplifying further.
Yeah, I mean, if you met Lila in person, she wouldn't even be able to mutter a full sentence.
Leela is less impressive in person, indeed. I think bishop h5 is what I would play without exchanging, because I don't necessarily want to open up lines for our opponent's pieces. So meanwhile, we move the same piece twice. We got our pieces to the most natural possible squares. Our opponent has now shut out our bishop, and we're down a piece again. So even though we started the game up a knight, we have not managed to coordinate our pieces. So you would think that we have enough here, but Leela knows you're still down a bishop. So it's only a knight for a queen in this position, once the rook gets into the game. I think we have to upset the apple cart and go after his best placed piece. But I can see what you're up to here. Ouch.
Super Panzer.
Said. AI is hugely misrepresented as a cuddle intelligence by both media and a lot of so-called experts. It's as artificial and really only a change in programming paradigm, largely because of powerful hardware.
Yeah, I mean, it can crunch the numbers toward a given end calculation-wise. Another thing, Dragon Burst, if you're still here, or Super Panzer, working on calculation should never be underrated. Calculation is the number one skill that's needed in order to take advantage. Now here, rook to b8 is better than weakening the squares around the king, around the queen side, because now our weak white squares are in bit in trouble. Most chess games are lost, and we're about to prove that. So in this particular position, I think bishop takes e4 was absolutely required to stop this oncoming pawn storm.
Said. Always wonder about b6 or b8. Good to have the answer.
Yeah, rook to b8, I can't say that that's absolute, because there may be a moment where the rook shouldn't be guarding a pawn. But in these positions, with the weakness on the queen side, the white square weakness, our bishop is on vacation on that side of the board. There's a, I don't have it here, I can't do it here unfortunately. But I'll say that in a lot of Queen's Gambit decline positions, did we have any other choice? You want to trade queens. Your opponent's queen is worth 12 points. Alright, let's look at it a different way, Dragon Emperor. Your opponent's queen
Super
is,
Panzer.
and all their pieces
Said.
are worth more than your
BB5,
pieces.
that's brutal.
So you have to really, really go after them. Now we're getting somewhere. Now, how come we didn't go 2 squares with this pawn? This is the game that we have the best position ever for the first time. I love the move E5. I know it doesn't say it up here in the top 5. Oh, there it is. It's slowly woven its way up. 5th, 4th, and opening up this position, exchanging pieces, getting to an end game where you can't lose. You should be able to draw this thing every single time, being up a knight. This is sort of like the problem with aim chess as well. You did manage to at least get this. I don't want to turn that advantage off. Definitely pay attention to where the advantages turn and what the case is. Already the opponent's going to be locking down on our... Oh no, they got their piece back physically. And the queen is fallen. No good. Somewhat successful games. The only game where I was winning until my internet died. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. So yeah, this is the move. You're up a knight. This is the move that you answer E5 with. Let's take a look. No, huh? Stockfish doesn't believe in it, but I believe that it's actually psychologically the correct move. Already we're defending when we should be asserting ourselves, trading pieces, trade, 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 trade. I can't say that I would do any better in this particular instance, but you can even sacrifice the knight back in some cases like this. I think there was an opportunity here for you to sacrifice back because your rook is coming in. No? Obviously it requires, there it is. There it is. Knight takes g4, making this game simpler. Have to wait a few moments for it to show up. Yeah, knight takes g4 and try to take advantage of this weak pawn and bring everybody in. Especially while your bishop has not been completely locked out of the game just yet. I don't know how to get this knight into the game. That's our worst placed piece.
Dark blade.
I sack.
Pen got crushed. Anyway. Yeah, but unfortunately I have to say it's not the engine that's beating you. We're beating ourselves. Taking advantage of a pin, removing the defender, yuck. How do we improve this knight? Knight d8, knight e6. Take advantage of the pin yourself because the knight can't take on this square.
I just show you something. Look what I did.
Oh wow, are you playing words? This is the words. Alright, enjoy. More word games, more Legos. He may not be a Legos person for all I know.
Dark
White
blade.
went on time. What was the time
Said.
control?
But then h5.
Hold on, going back in time. Alright, so h5, I don't see what the problem is. We're still in trouble
Dark
here,
blade.
yeah?
Said, this is the game where my internet died.
You still can't play, you still cannot play bishop knight takes. But you are getting in, and it looks like he's shutting out your bishop again. There's nothing to do here, yeah? No, you're absolutely right. h5 is definitely an issue. So he has 2 pawns and a massive pawn center, a better placed king, and a better minor piece. So it looks like this game might be equal. Still thinks you have an advantage, but I think the game is actually quite equal.
Said, apparently after taking the G pawn here I was winning.
No, you weren't winning. This position is only better for you. Winning, let's redefine winning. Winning for you means being +3 or +2.5 or greater. Winning is not there. So we have incremental stages. Anakin, close my door, please. Thank you. Well, I'm happy to have a happy grandson. So let's just go with these gradations, right? Like anything up to a pawn is slightly better for a player. This is just for everybody who doesn't know about it. Everything up to about a pawn's advantage is slightly better for a player. Everything from a pawn to 2 pawns of an advantage is clearly better for a player. And everything beyond 2.5 pawns could be a decisive advantage. Stay away from the word winning. It shuts down your thought process. I'm going to say it again. Stay away from the word winning because it shuts down your thought process and it registers as a result, and you might think the game is over. And if you think the game is over, you have another thing coming, unfortunately. So you cannot ever think that the game is over. So stay away from this game as a draw. That's a result. This game is equal means there are chances for both sides. There are equal chances to lose for both sides. There are equal chances to win for both sides. There are equal chances that might end in a draw.
Said, yeah, but as long as I can stop those passed pawns and make my own on the flank, I should be better or at least get a draw.
Yeah, but even then, it's a result-oriented mentality. You have a long journey ahead of you, right? Elking Raid, how are you?
Elking Raid.
Great to see you, sir.
I want to play with you.
Where have you been, Elking Raid? We are in, we usually play within the context of a structured event, which would be an arena or, more than likely lately, Swiss system where everyone gets a chance to play me instead of, for example, yesterday I played in an Opera-Spiel event in which Magnus Carlsen played the other highest rated player, who was rated 3,000, and he won, of course. But everyone in the tournament needs to be at the same level as him in order to actually play him. So you're not going to get more than one chance, perhaps, if you're very lucky in an arena, because they pair you with the closest possible rating within the closest possible score group. And in a Swiss system, you actually get a chance against each and every person, because you can only play each and every person once. So in an ideal world, now this looks good, but there are a few signs that we're in trouble as this bishop is slowly getting surrounded. We can't let our opponent play a move like b4, otherwise our bishop will be trapped and our queen is tied down to defending the bishop. And if our queen is tied down to defending the bishop, this is the other thing about rook to b8 versus b6 that I was talking about before. If your rook must guard a pawn, this could be bad as well, because the rook is worth 5 points. In that particular position, I was referring to the weak white squares and the Swiss cheese that ensued, because the light square bishop was on the other side of the table, as it was isolated and cut off by the pawn structure. So in this particular case, he managed to escape. I think I'd almost rather be 2 pawns up than a knight up. If I could sack my knight for 2 pawns, I think I would have a much better chance of winning. Again, look at your pieces. They're out of the game. Look at white's pieces. White is up in material here, even though the stockfish can only count the assessment from the material standpoint. White's chances are extremely active. Like here, closing the position may not be the best thing for you. But then again, I don't know what else to recommend. We're down a knight and a rook in this position. It's unfortunate. We're down a knight and a rook, and this rook has no open files either. So we're down 13 points in material here. Just when we think that we've gotten an advantage, Stockfish has a tactic that gets it all back. Oh, I take it back.
Darkblade
said, yeah, but I couldn't find a way to untangle in this.
Yeah, you still need to get your pieces active. Yuck. He's threatening mate in 1. So we stopped mate in 1. Or did we? Still got mate in 1. Too many different mate in 1s.
Darkblade
said, any particular suggestion on any?
So basically, what I would recommend for you is to study the games of Capablanca for piece placement. Alekhine is a whole different kettle of fish, because Alekhine would play for activity at the expense of material on a routine basis. So I learned very early on that I could sacrifice material in return for activity and or compensate for bad pawn structure. Lost a pawn for no reason. Our opponent is a big center, that has to be worth something. This is probably the closest I've seen to an advantage for you. To being able to get to the end of the road with an advantage.
Darkblade
said, this was the goofy game that went well until I lost my pawns. This was the goofy.
Yep, I see that. Yuck. This is a slightly serious exercise where black got it. Why not knight to g4? Knight to g4, knight takes with the help of another knight. This looks like it should be very, very natural. Don't move your knight to the edge of the board if you don't have to. Once again, you're down a knight. There's no future for this knight. 2 pieces for our rook. Actually, you're doing really, really well. You're very
Dark
close
blade.
to actually
Said,
being there.
Preparing QA for.
Yeah, preparing Queen A. Queen H4, you mean? Oh no. So this is a very interesting exercise. I would start with a bit higher material. So maybe if you can play Leela with rook odds, at least then you have checkmating possibilities. I believe that Leela should be able to give you very close to queen odds, but maybe
Dark
not.
blade.
Said, the last move is rage quitting, of course.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That was rough. Oh man, was that painful. Daily Bullet Arena. We're going for it. Daily Bullet, everybody. Daily Bullet. How did you finish in the previous one compared to me, Dark Blade?
Dark blade.
Said, so the main thing to keep in mind is to be more active.
Every single piece must be more active. Absolutely. You cannot have a worst placed piece. I think it was Tartakower who mentioned that your position is only as good as your worst placed piece. So if you're getting knight odds and you don't have a rook in the game, this is tragedy in the making. I clipped a lot of those statements.
Dark blade.
Said, my mouse is acting up lately, so not very well, it freezes for whole seconds.
Now notice that I have a space advantage in this position, so therefore I am going for the possibility of allowing my opponent.
Dark blade.
Said, so yeah, not much I can do about bullet with that.
No, that much is true.
Dark blade.
Said, however, after all those beatings I might as well start playing f4, it's too overpowered apparently.
Oh no! I really did have that person where I wanted him. His bishop was very inactive because of his
Dark blade.
pawns.
Said, huge thanks for the review, sensei.
That was an amazing study. You put a lot of work into that. I was very impressed. I didn't mate him in one move. So 198, as far as we know. $198 indeed. Two more G4s and then we begin working on A4.
Darkblade.
Said. Oh, one more question. Do you think you can beat that bot if you were to play against it?
No. Oops. Oh no.
Darkblade.
Said. But why not? You know much more stuff than me and it's rapid. Try not to lose a lot of material. 199. Because I know my limitations and I'm not that much stronger than the last time that I played a lesser player.
I mean, there's a chance I might be able to beat it once, but that would take a superhuman effort on my part.
Darkblade.
Said. I understand after losing 110 games in a row. Piece coordination. Note the one thing that I do that most of my opponents don't do is that I most of the time, I would say 80 to 85% of the time, Said.
I
I
get
saw
all
La
of...
Fong play the bot once, by the way. That's how I found out about it. Of course he got nuked too.
He got nuked as well. It's very sad.
Darkblade.
Said. Sorry, text to speech interrupted you because of stream delay.
Oh no! Good job, sir. Note that his piece coordination was better than mine. The primary reason I lost that game... Wait a minute, is this 200? It's A4 time.
How do we spell elemental? How do we spell elemental?
E-L-E-M. Check it out.
How
E-L-E-M.
do you spell it?
I will tell you in just a moment. Elemental, got it.
Said. I wonder if this will work with the text-to-speech ELEMENTAL.
Okay, elemental. Hold on. Oh, 1 second. ELEMENT. Elemental. What are you looking for?
Elemental.
Elemental mod?
No.
Elemental world?
Elemental mod.
You're looking for elemental mod for Minecraft?
Yes.
Analysis board. Let's just make sure that we are where we
Darkblade.
are.
Said. ELEMENTAL.
Thank you, sir. Unfortunately, he can't hear you. It would be very cool to not have the music echoing. I'm wondering if I hold on, I wanted to check our status on our opening here. We have 200
Alt
G4s.
Said. Is it 4 a.m. where you live?
It is
Darkblade.
11:42
Said.
a.m.
Yay, it works at least.
It is almost 4 a.m. in Sydney, Australia. But you'll see that I basically have to make sure that every single piece is active. And I'm playing for activity in every game, and that is the element of your bullet rating for the most part. So we are H4 and A4. We have one of each right now. A4 is a lot easier.
Alt ACC.
Said. I thought you said you stream at 4 a.m.
I stream at 4 a.m. weekdays. Weekdays, sir. I stream at 4 a.m. Monday through Friday, and I stream
Keep hope alive.
Said. It's always 4 a.m. somewhere in the world.
I do stream at 4 a.m. Exactly. Keep hope alive. Cheers, man. Thank you for the follow, the sub on YouTube. Let's just do H4.
Darkblade.
Said.
keep those
I
lines
gotta
closed.
go now, a friend is calling. Thanks again, Sensei.
Darkblade.
You are welcome,
Said.
sir.
Lurk.
And now for something completely different. Wow. And now for something completely different. How about that? I don't remember what that was. That was an H4. We're going to finish up our GTO this year.
Arsenal Fanraki.
Said.
Oh no.
Not here for chess today, just wanted to say hope you and family have a lovely Christmas, John.
Thank you so much, Arsenal fan. Hope you and your daughter are having a terrific holiday as well. Namaste, Richie. Oh, our emote wall is now working. What? They're grouping them together? Oops, I forgot. I did forget.
Arsenal Fanraki.
Said. Ty kindly will do.
Alt ACC.
Said. Didn't you tell Levy to never play Bullet?
I did at one time tell Levy never to play Bullet. And that was in his developmental stage. He could have been a grandmaster. And now we'll never know. King's Crusher YouTube does not have his Leechus handle up. Maybe because he is a chess.com streamer?
Super Patzer
said. No, he's was missing for some time but recently streamed again.
Dirty flagging. Dirty flagging. He's got a lot going on in his life right now with the advent of the book. Let's remember what we're trying to do here. $183, I believe. 184, actually. Whoa. Can you believe I lost material on that teal? Oh, fine. So let's see, 184. We're almost at 185. Please give me one more white. But we have time for 2 more whites, assuming we finish our game appropriately. Whoa. That was a very silly game, right? 185 on the H4 front. So now we're playing a Catalan. I can try. I don't know yet. All right, 185 completed. The night before the night is now beginning on Offerspiel. The Offerspiel Chess Club Open, night before the night. Arena. All right. In order to do this one, I'm going to end our stream only before setting up the night before the night. Arena. Offer spiel. Night before the night, offer spiel arena. It's an offer spiel open event, by the way. And we'll be right back. I'm just going to take a momentary break. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back.